Let's listen to this video clip of Reverend Canon attacking Raila Odinga's movement in William Ruto's administration.
Then we have this situation where even though UDA got a convincing majority in Parliament and Senate, and the reason for getting a majority is so that you can rule a little comfortably, be able to pass bills that help you achieve your manifesto. It has become necessary to import ODM into government. And Raila and his people have become the champions of advocating for Ruto policies. You know, it was very nauseating to see Raila saying, Adani is good. And you're asking, does he live in Mars? Or does he live here where we are? And now I'm hearing that Raila and ODM are beginning to ask for their pound of flesh, and they are making demands that will most likely make Ruto look for a way to shunt them out, because they are likely to cause more trouble now than he had trouble without them. And there is a history. In 1997, Moi crept through with about 30% of the vote to become president. The opposition combined had 70%. So he couldn't rule. So he bought Raila and his party called NDP. They came into government and they got ministerial positions. And Mutahi Ngunyi, who keeps flipping in different ways, he was still around even then. And Mutahi Ngunyi was my university classmate. So I know him. We used to have tea. He said, you know, the trouble with Raila coming into government and being swallowed by Kanu, he is likely to cause constipation inside Kanu. And by the time 2002 came, Kanu was getting a very humiliating defeat.
Nothing to hide, but just to speak the truth. The truth of the matter is that 95% now, the William Ruto is working with Raila Odinga. That is what I can say in this movement. Even before I pick 1 or 2, 3 points on whatever Pastor or Reverend Canon Karanja is saying on this movement. Kenyans went to the streets, they were demonstrating, and they were attacking Ruto's administration on its total failure to deliver the promises to them. I also urge the government by telling them that they must also be assured that our country is going to be worst if we don't have any opposition in this country. So, when Raila Odinga joined William Ruto, he joined him with 2 aims. The first aim is that to get support from the AUC. The second aim is that William Ruto to use him as a stepping stone for 2027. That is why I told you, William Ruto had realized that the ground is hostile. So, number 1, the best thing is to ensure that he join William Ruto to get support or to get favor in his 2027 political ambition. Again, the AUC. The AUC might also affect William Ruto. And that is why we are seeing all this political challenge. That in any case, Raila Odinga gets support at the AU by William Ruto's administration, there must be also the result we are getting in this movement. And the result is that they are no longer having the interest on supporting Raila Odinga's AUC, but just getting the interest, having the interest, sorry, I've been interrupted by 1 or 2, 3, sorry, getting the interest on Raila Odinga to ensure that Raila Odinga support them in 2027. That is what I was saying. You know, this record, if you've been interacted, you must now have that challenge. And that is the challenge I'm having. There's some people opening the door here. Again, the third point, I don't know if it is the third or the fourth. The fourth point on this movement is that Reverend Canon Karanja is speaking the truth. Though he's bitter that why is Raila Odinga working with William Ruto. But Kenyans were not expecting this. Because when we flash back the political emulation which our leaders had spoken on and on in this country, then we should ask ourselves that what are their target to grow or bring development in our country. Because obvious, we are aware that Raila Odinga joining the government with an intention. We've seen several people like Mbadi and so on, supporting this government. And the other people also from Central are in the government. But what I made it worse is that is on Rigathi Gachagwa's impeachment. Rigathi Gachagwa's impeachment have brought this political confusion in Mount Kenya. They are no longer having that interest, but just to ensure that Rigathi goes home. That is what normally happens. That is what normally happens. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are your take? Bring your opinion at the comment section below. Bye-bye, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.